Take a look at that. Huge rear wheel cutout. Coolest thing about that, you're gonna notice, this is a gravel bike. Y'all, this is the 3T RaceMax Exploro. And we start with that huge rear wheel cutout. Now look, we're gonna talk about the bike and how this got started, and it got started with that. On the chainstay, you'll notice Vroomen Engineering. This bike was designed by Gerard Vroomen. If you were riding bikes back in early 2000s, you remember when Cervelo came out? They were the first with that P3 time trial bike. And it started with that rear wheel cutout. Gerard Vroomen started 3T, brought all that stuff into this bike, and now you have got an Aero gravel bike. Now yes, this bike's been around for a minute, but I think it's important that we talk about that it's an Aero gravel bike, and then in a second we'll talk about why that matters for you. But yeah, the rear wheel cutout all starts with Gerard Vroomen. You're gonna see a ton of engineering around this bike that really comes from a lot of that Cervelo lineage. Now, the Exploro RaceMax. This one is set up with a 2x SRAM setup. However, we've got it in all sorts of different build packs. We'll talk about the color in a sec. But I really want to talk about Aero gravel and why that matters. So, number one, most of these wind tunnel tests you see online are tested at 40K an hour. Now that's a road condition. Well, rarely are you averaging 40K an hour on a gravel bike. So they created this bike in the wind tunnel at 30K. Even cooler, they actually 3D printed mud and put mud on the down tube to really simulate how that bike would be in the aerodynamic wind tunnel while in actual conditions, meaning muddy and a little bit of debris. So you've got those 3 positions here for the bottle cage, just like you see on Cervelo. All that's based around really creating that airflow around that seat tube. Now, why does this matter? Assuming none of you watching are headed to the Olympics anytime soon. Aerodynamics, as Gerard Vroomen puts it, are always in play. If I'm walking from my car into the grocery store, tighter fitting clothing, running shoes, all that's gonna make my ability to get from A to B a little bit easier. I know that's basic, but really I wanna let that sink in. Aerodynamics are always in play. You'll last that little bit longer on your buddy's wheel on the group ride. You'll hang on just that little bit further and make it over that climb due to aerodynamics. All those little things. Aerodynamics, back to the bike. The RaceMax. This one's in this orange and white colorway, which obviously being here in Tennessee, huge fan. The bike fits both 700C and 650 wheels. Comes stock, this one here, with 700C, and this is a 40 Pirelli Cincherato mud tire. Super clean, plenty of clearance, plenty of room for fun. I personally like to ride this bike with 650 wheels. I've had several of these, and I just think it's a little more fun, and you can fit an even larger tire when you run it that way. We've got them in all sizes. We've got them in a couple colors. This model here is around $4 grand. Y'all, this bike, if you look at it online on 3T's website, it's $5,200. Not right now. I'm gonna put a link down below. You can purchase it direct. We're gonna ship it right to your home, or we'd love to have you in store and fit you. Clark here at Victory, and this is the 3T Exploro RaceMax.